Princess Loulan was unearthed 3,800 years ago. A preliminary reading of Loulan's historical records is a necessary place for the Silk Road. Since the opening of the Silk Road, the Han Dynasty and the Justice slaves have tried to control Loulan in order to compete for the Western regions. The Western region has always been outside the jurisdiction of the Chinese dynasties, which made Loulan's disappearance a big unsolved mystery in history. The Loulan site reappeared in 1900. Swedish explorer Sven Herding led the expedition through the dry Peacock River to the Rob Wilderness. While crossing the desert, Sven Herding's assistant picked up several fragments. Sven Herding suddenly discovered that they might have found the ruins. They excavated the location of the fragment, found a stupa and 3 temples, and carved wooden buildings with Greek art and culture. A letter of writing. They also found after the beacon, it continued to an ancient city buried in the west bank of Loch Nur, which is Loulan. In 1934, an American expedition entered Loulan, but returned without success. In 1981, the Institute of Archaeology, Chinese Academy of Sciences led the expedition team into Loulan. On the hills, there were mummies and skeletons. In a boat-shaped wooden coffin, there was a well-preserved female corpse. The coffin was opened, and the tight shroud, when it touches, it becomes uncovering the decay cloth covering the face. It is a young face, eyes closed, and the corners of the mouth slightly tilted, as if it had just fallen asleep. Dry, even if there is rain, the water will quickly evaporate, and the decay bacteria have no conditions for survival and reproduction. According to the carbon-14 identification of the sheepskin on her body, the female body is 3,800 years old. In 1992, the Lolo beauty arrived in Japan, which caused a heat wave in the Japanese archaeological community. Japanese experts are also working on the restoration of female corpses. They all want to see what people were like 3,800 years ago. The Japanese restoration map is more biased towards Western Europe, with brown skin and 3-dimensional military attaches. And is a Western woman. The pictures recovered by Chinese experts are more biased towards women in the East. Both of these 2 female corpses are restored to look a bit wrong. Although they are restored, there are also different opinions in the archaeological community, which is difficult to unify.